running a little late. Give me a second. I'm bringing everything up on the computer. This time I make sure the sound was off before I got to YouTube. So I pick one tonight too. There we go. So I actually edge hunt the dimes. I put them in here. We're going to back check these later. So the goal is try to get the quarters and nickels done tonight so I can back check everything else later. I haven't yet posted video. I did a bag of Wheaties. So far I had one busted roll of nickels. Let's see what was this one. So we got a little tiny beehive, right? It's not the best beehive in the world, but it is one. It's coming off. We got that one. And then we had a little tiny one right there. And that's about it out of the busted roll that I had. And then I had one 1953. I did not look at the mint mark yet. I saw the 53, so I figured we'd reveal this tonight. And it's a Denver. Okay. I got a few from the 60s and 70s that look pretty nice. So we're going to get started with the quarters. I got 4 rows of quarters. So I did 4 rows of dimes. I think 20 rows of nickels and 4 rows of quarters. Think about the $100. So we're going to get the quarters out the way since they're the least. And since these are customer wrap, I do need to check them. So I just stack them up in groups of 4s. Like I did the other night. Man, we had some good finds from now with some nice die chips. I went on the Voyeurs. Minnesota, I think there's the Minnesota State quarter on the rock and on the bird itself. First time I ever found that one. There's some other people that have. So we got all $10 worth of quarters here. Okay. So I just stack them up in 3 stacks of 3 and I start going through them. So we're looking for W's, NIFCs, silver, highly unlikely. But when I rose the dimes, I did not find any silver. Like I said, I still need a back check because sometimes those silver edges can be dirty enough that they will blend in with the regular rolls. With the regular dimes. Hawaii. Nice looking eagle back. That ain't bad for an 88, if you think about it. It was a kind of mushy, but that's still a nice, decent looking XF 30-ish. Maybe a 25. 25, maybe a 30 at best, if it wasn't dirty. Okay, no die chips. $23. I don't know if anybody's found anything on this one. I've looked, but haven't found anything. No, there's no known double dies of her, but I don't know if anybody's found any die chips in those letters all over that. On her top. I think there'll be die chips all over those letters, but I haven't seen any. I'm going to research that. So coming up, we got a short week. I do have Friday off. So Thursday we'll be picking up a box of nickels. Get my son that morning come and do some yard work. I've got waiting for some money to come in to get a new workshop. put in the backyard, which the company I'm getting from, they will put it together. So tomorrow I'm staking out where I want the building at. So in Baton Rouge, you have to have a 10-foot offset from the servitude. Might be 15 feet. I forgot. But I'm not in city limits. I'm in the parish. I think the parish is 10, the city's 15. So tomorrow I'm going to be out there measuring. I want to go 12 feet off the fence line. And I have basically it was a bookshelf I used one time for growing tomatoes and cucumbers in. Now it's just small trees and a rare ivy plant, 2 of them, which is now starting to produce extra plants. I need to get that all cleaned up. So I'm going to have like a 10-foot gap between that and the backside of the building. It's like somebody marked that one up. It's coming off, but I'm not going to worry about it. So originally I was going to say those dimes, but dimes takes so long to go through. More than likely, I'm going to back check some of them live. The rest probably going to do off camera. I've got a bunch of die chips, and those are starting to sell on eBay. So I may start selling the die chips, dimes on eBay. I do my research, see what the people are getting off of them. How it's going to be based on how many die chips on Roosevelt, how many on the back, how severe. I mean, I got some nice ones. You go back a couple years ago, look into my videos, you'll see some of the ones I posted. I've done videos on. $10.80, $21. There wasn't there. That's when we found this one. We found a die chip on the hat. First time I found that one, that was pretty fun. So today I ordered from Amazon. It's a portable paper cutter so I can cut index cards easier. So I can start making inserts for my flips. So that should be here sometime tomorrow. So, got 4 people in here. You want us to go to the prom? Do it. I'm looking for silver coins, West Point, any type of mint airs, die chips, and anything like that. And the state quarters, the national park quarters, the women's quarters have, most of the Philadelphia ones do have, the coins have errors in them. Now Denver, on this one, you can find die chips in the letter S. The upper part of the S, I think it is. There's nothing in the feather detail on that one. I do try to keep all the nice 82s and 83 quarters. This one, let me go ahead and keep that one. Because they didn't make mint sets. So if you find any nice ones, you may want to keep them. And here we have a die chip underneath his arm right there. We got a first die chip of the. Let's see if I can clean it up a little bit better, but I doubt it. Yep, there's a nice little die chip right there. Apostle Island. It's dirty. I might be able to clean some of this stuff off with rubbing alcohol. Just very gently do it. There's a die chip right there next to the glove. So, yep, we got a die chip on one coin. This one, you want to find a die chip in the hat, back of the hat. You find die chips in the letters, and you can find doubling down here along his wrist. And this is none of that. This bucket over here, closer to me. Buying silver quarters is a lot harder than dimes. I never found any silver yet in quarters. Now, when I go to the bank, sometimes they'll get silver quarters and hold them for me. But that's been a while since that's happened. Actually, a big one time, a couple years ago, went to a different branch. Got a bunch of 40% half dollars. That was a nice score. The best score I had, elderly lady came in and left a roll of half dollars and gave it to the lady that ran that branch at the time. And she actually held it for me and gave it to me. Opened up and had a Barbara half dollar. Then a couple months ago, I picked up quarters from a different branch, and there was two walking Liberty quarters in those two rows. That's the only time I ever found silver. And I found out later, I told my coin dealer out here near where I live at about it. He said, oh, that man came in and got a bunch of his stuff off to me, and he just took the junk ones. He didn't want to sell them to me. He said he's going to put them in rolls and give them to the banks. So that's how I got those two customer wrapped Walking Liberty quarters. One was actually an ender. And the branch manager there knew I was a coin collector and held it for me. But he didn't know that the other one had one in there either. So that's the only time I found two quarters. I've gotten silver dimes at the branches in customer wrap rolls. In the redirect, okay, this one, not a die chip, just dirt. Shenandoah. I'm also looking for double dies. Nope, not there. I got 3 of the 4 of my injured double dies. Was that damage? Yeah. That's like a die chip below his chin. Hold on. Oh, that's dirt. Okay. Here we go. Got the beginning with the die chip on the edge of the nose right there. It's really not enough to keep. It's just the beginning of it. I'm not going to worry about it. But we do have a die chip on the hillside, right between the O and the F, right there. Now, we found one recently with the die chip here. I think it was in this part. It may have been down here. So now we got one with the die chip. I call it the volcano die chip. Hawaii volcanoes. Come on. This is just a small one. I'm going to try to clean that one up too. Also with just using rubber alcohol and gently rubbing it across the face of the quarter. Rolling it, not rubbing it, rolling it. And that's going to be 90% rubbing alcohol. Now this one, okay, we got extra rock die chip right there. And we got wait, is that a die chip there? Okay, I gotta look this up. Voyagers National Park Quarter. I always gotta look at that one to determine what's going on with. Oh, it's over here. I can't read over there while I'm typing. Say, huh? VOY. Let's see, what does NGC say about it? Die chips. Yep, extra right there. So they actually recognize the die chips. So here's what we got. Come on, put over there. We got the die chip here. We have a die chip right there because this is supposed to be open and it's not open. Oh, I never thought about checking the trees either for die chips. Holy cow. Nothing there. So we got two die chips on here. Now one I found the other night, we had the die chip, different style die chip right there. And we had a die chip right here. So now we got a different style type of die chips going on. So we got more die chips going on. Let's see, is there supposed to be a die chip right there? Nope. Okay, so Now we got 2 quarters of die chips on them. Cool. That's just nasty looking. I'm doing the quarters first because the quarters go a lot quicker than the nickels do. Just so y'all know. That's full, almost full arrows. Got some hits right there on the fletching. 98, Philly. Now, we did find one of the Utahs with the die chips. In the 9 right here. Bottom of this part of the 8 and bottom of that part of the 8. Let's see. Let's see. I found another site. Not as good. There's another site that was better than this. I've been Money Metals. I don't remember who had it. Somebody, it might have been Money Metals, had a bunch of the listings, but that's a different story. But let's see, is this a Denver or Philly? It is a Denver, so we ain't gonna find no die chips on that. If we do, this can be extremely rare. And we get the die chip Women Man Killer's hair right there. That thing moves all over. I got them. I got where the whole die chip covers that whole gap. So we'll keep that one. No doubling on the earring, no die crack in the beak. Nothing there. 68, Denver. Oh, since I found a 68 Denver quarter in a roll. Usually 65, 66, 67. Denver. So did we get? Nope, it's a Philly. God, dog. No grease strike through to the mama bat's eyes. It's a bucketless coin of mine to find the grease strike through on that one. It's another 2019 W. Okay, this I don't have this one either. So I'm missing one 2020 and two 2019 W quarters. So you get the complete set. Oh, don't have the extra cactus or the die corrected in numbers. Should say cactus leaf. No die chip there. .23 Denver. Did find one of Betsy Coleman's beginning of last week. The die chip on the wing top. Now I got two of these with the W's. But this is a Denver one. I got two of those. Actually, I got two of die chips. I got one in the upper wing and one right here between these two front wing struts closest to you. This is the latest W1 that I found, but this is not it. Here, I'm looking for a die chip here called, some people call it the broken branch. That's just a contact mark on that rose petal. Supposedly there's die chips on that one, but I had never found any on any one of those quarters, any die chips on the inside on those flower petals. I'm also trying to finish up my books. I got 3 National Park books. One combines both P and D. One book is Denver, another book is Philly only. So I got my list over here. I got to look at. I haven't seen any of them come up yet. I actually need to update that list and print it back out. It's kind of messy. So I don't have San Antonio Missions. Is the one I don't have. The reason why I count my quarters from customer wrap, I have gotten dimes, like 4 dimes in the stack before. They space them out so that it's not noticeable by the bank. So that's one reason why I check. There are some DDOs on some of these quarters. I've got DDO 003 on Salt River Bay. Picture Rocks has 1 DDO. Now, when I do get pains to change, I do search for the 24. Variety Vista 001 on Wexler's is 002 double die with my actual name attached to it. So yeah, one of the rows of nickels exploded when we was putting into the bucket yesterday at the bank. That's why I went ahead and hunted that row of nickels tonight before going to work. In fact, I do need to plug in this phone into the power. Because I brought the cord in here. Do not want it to die. How many people are even in here right now? I can't see my own phone. 3 people, 3 likes. Cool. So yeah, fun way. It's been Saturday night. IT is sending me I think it's a BU Row 1957 nickels. Yeah, I think a BU Row of a 2009 Lincoln Cent. I think, I'm not sure. I won't know till I get it. But she wants me to, she does, of course, she wants me to look at for her. See, there's no die chip there. There's no die chip right there, like what we just found. This is just a normal quarter. You could get a die chip up in here, but I never seen one. This is a different one. That's oh, we got a W. Holy cow! We got a W quarter. We got the 2019 National Park Memorial Park quarter. That is 2 in 6 days. This one I did not have. I have it now. Holy cow. And ain't nobody here to see it. Holy cow. People left the room. Whoever just came in here, I just pulled this out of a customer wrap roll. American Memorial Park. My mom's real dad's name is enshrined at that park. He was a navigator, gunner, and was killed in World War II. His name's actually enshrined at this memorial park. So yes, we got a W. I don't have this one, but I do now. 2 in 1 week. Come on. That's what you're looking for. I was not expecting that. And I normally don't expect those in customer wrap rolls because I figure people have been looking for them. So it's 2 I've gotten customer wrap rolls in 6 days. People who are coming in, y'all just missed me pulling this out. W quarter. American Memorial Park. Anybody want to leave a comment? Please do. So they can still be found out in the wild. I've now proven that in 6 days. And that's a nice shape. Now, I do have that, the park from Boston. Can't think of the name of it. But the W's got damaged by one of the rolling machines. So I want to keep that one out in case anybody comes in. They want to see what I just found. I'm keeping that one steady. So we got 4 with die chips and a W. Ooh, to find a W on a nickel would be, or a dime would be nice. 2019. That's a nice one. I think I got my books. I'm going to put that one off to the side. Arches National Park. Basically, on Eagles, I'm looking for die cracks and all that. Welcome in, y'all. Y'all missed it. I just pulled this quarter out of a customer wrap roll. A West Point, American Memorial Park. There's another 2019 possible W. Who knows? See no die chips in the trees. Oh, Denver. Philly. Now, I found the NFC of this quarter the other night. And this is not it. This is a Denver Minute one. That's the one I don't think I have either. Salt River Bay. I got them throughout books. I need to put them all together in one book. That's what I need to do. But what I do a binder with all my finds for the year. I put them in there. And somebody took away a like. Oh, well. Denver. It's going to be the longest time to find the Philly minute of this coin. So here we're looking for die chips. Lower Park. That's one I got where the W's messed up. That line is awfully looking strange. It looks like the metal's trying to pill up right there. Oh, it's a water stain. I see the outer top line. Okay. Oh, we got a die chip right here between the hat and the gun. I don't see no die crack or die chip on that hat. So we got a little tiny die chip going on right there. Oh no, that may be a stain. Looks more like a stain than a die chip. That's what that is. Oh, nope. That is a die chip. Okay, we'll take it as a die chip. That's where you can find some stuff on the Philadelphia version, and I don't see anything on this one. Like a die chip between the bottom of his hat and top of his eye. Die chip on the backside that round window. The door die chip in the door right there. Her hair, her elbow. That's the one where you find it on, but not tonight. So as of now, I have done 10 boxes of nickels. That's $1,000. Out of that, I've gotten 5 silver nickels. 5. So it's like one for every 2 boxes I go through. I get at least one more nickel. And one more roll of quarters, and we're going to move on to the nickels. I keep saying San Antonio missions. Maybe we might get lucky. Maybe we won't. Who knows? So I'm proving you can still find the W quarters out in the wild. And they both have been found live hunts. So nobody can say it's not true. Okay, we got all the quarters here. So what has everybody been up to? Anybody hunting coins? Their own, going to the pocket change looking for stuff? Nice. Now there's a DDO, but I don't see it on here. It's in Lotto. There's an 89 Denver. We just found a die chip on the mountaintop on one. He's either Kanaka Olays tonight. So what we got? Denver. I feel like West Point should have made some commemorative coins sets for this year, the quarters and the pennies, nickels and dimes. That'd been crazy. They did all the mints, did all business. Man, if they had all 4 mints do that and then as a set, that'd be well worth the money. It really would. So I'm trying to hit my power cable to the cell phone. This is one of the hardest coins to get. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. What year was this one? 2012. Look at the managed numbers on that one. Where's my red book? Canadian National. For some reason here in the South, that's a hard coin to get. Well, let's go quarter Eagles. Half dollars. There we go, quarters. 2012. Another one's hard for me to get is Gettysburg. Let's see. Philadelphia, they made 24 million. Denver, they made 21 million, so slightly lower. And then the NI, hold on, I'm trying to read this. The NFC, 1.4 million with 962 proofs. That's 962,000 proofs. I'm just rounding it around. So that's. But down here, it's hard to. For some reason, some of these quarters are hard to get in my state. I did find a leaky bucket the other night with the partial snow in the beginning stages of snow on the roof. The big die chip below the bottom of the bucket. Denver. Do we get more spellings? W? No. No privy. No die chips anywhere. Okay, she can stay. I mean, she can go back. No DDR on this one because it's a Philadelphia Minute one, but Patriot Rocks is, not DDR, DDO. There's a DDO in the motto and God we trust you can look for. It's only on the Philadelphia, as I know of. I found mine and changed at the car wash. Denver. And this is the last of the quarters. I'm going to start hitting the nickels next. Salt River Bay. No extra leaves. There's no die chips. No DDO on this one. So it'll be another short with a W tonight after I get done. There's a die chip in that earring, I think. I think there's a die chip there. There is a die chip in the earring and on the feather. I had never found that one before. You got 3 die chips here, people. Let me get more centered up in the picture. There we go. So we got a die chip here, here, and we got a die chip right there. So we got die chip, 3 die chips on my Angelou. Okay. I never seen that. Okay, so we got a new die chip. Wow. Okay. There's the quarter. Great Basin. Let's see. Let's look at the Great Basin National Park quarter. Ah. Come back here, Firefox. Great Basin quarter area. There's a D. There are WDDRs on here. 004. So if it's WDDR, that means that's on Wexler's webpage. And I actually have that as a list. Quick, easy access list. So what year is that? Quarter 2013. Oh, actually, what state is that? Because it's listed by the state. Nevada. So it's in the leaves. Wait a minute, these are passed up. There's 5, 6 different types. Okay, so what do we have? Do you have Denver or Philly here? So this is a Philly. So we're gonna drop this one down. I've never done this one before. We'll go ahead and do this one just for the. Nothing there, nothing there. You have to look at the bottom of the leaves. One's to the east. So I don't see that happening here. Okay, nothing there. Raise it back up. So I guess the fun of this hunt will be the W quarter. So I find another W quarter. Now, what are the odds of that happening? 4 rows and two W's in 4 rows of customer wrap? That's going to be crazy. I think he's looking for die chips on the engine of the space shuttle. That is yet to happen. I did find a DDR on the back of the neck of this coin last week, beginning of this week also, but this one's not it. First time I found that one. Decent looking coin. It is a Philly minted coin. So looking for die chips in the hair, up in her dress. The wheel. Tower. Bell in the tower, on the sides of the building. Don't see anything. I don't see a 65. You know, I could see getting a W quarter out of a box of quarters. But to get 2 in customer wrap rolls, and this one slightly struck off center just a little bit. Not enough to give it any value, but slightly struck. You can see how you got 2 different rims starting to form. There's another 1/4 inch over where the Liberty was on the edge. Yeah, I can see that being a nice little mid-air. So in a minute, we're going to start hitting the nickels. About done with this row. It's going to be on to the nickels. I'm always checking these little V's on the trees for die chips. I'm always checking for that. Okay. So the cores are done. The 1W. A nice San Antonio, which I'm going to check and get the book later. And we got six with die chips. Not bad, not bad. Now on to the nickels. This is going to be fun because I got nickels on this tray. And what I'm going to do is get the lid in my bucket that I use. I'll go back and forth to the bank and put the rolls on it. It gives me room to put nickels up here on my desk. And now we got 19. Good. Like I said, I did one row because it was busted. It'll leave me 19 rows of nickels out of 20 to hunt. That's what time it is. It's almost midnight. So let's see, how long have I been on? 1 hour. So we're probably going to go to 1 o'clock in the morning with these. Maybe 1:30 if I'm feeling lucky. If I start finding a lot of stuff, well, I keep going. But if it's going to be beehives or 2024s, we were probably going to limit that. Because I didn't sleep well last night. Where are my holders at? So basically, I'm going to do one row here. But I got these holders here. But usually I do a box to do 2. Then after that, I do 3 at a time. And usually, when I do 2, I can get the first 20 done in sets of 3, 6 sets of 3s. Because if you remember your math, 2 from 20 is 18. And 3 divided by 18 divided by 3 gives you 6 sets of 3. That's 1. So since I already done 1 row, we're going to go ahead and do 1 row right now. And keep on going from there. So I'm trying to fill out the 22Ds and 21Ds. I put in a couple, I think 1 21D and 2 22Ds or 3 that busted row. And then I'm just going to concentrate on 21 Philly. I'm going to try to do both mints together. I'm trying to keep, what I'm looking for is the better ones. I'm putting tubes together. Now here we are looking for 24 Denver, 24 Phillies, 2009s. Nice size beehives. I'm going to keep the small, tiny ones or spikes. I may show them and describe them. I will not be keeping them because I'd rather have the big ones. Now, if it can put together progression, if I got a progression set in progress of 1, then that's a whole different story. But doing that is like finding a needle in a haystack with 50 million haystacks in a field. Okay. That one's worn down. So yeah, I did dimes today earlier off camera. I just edge hunt. I don't like doing live hunt on dimes that much. There's just 50 of them. They're worse than pennies to handle. So so in that edge hunt, I'd rather just do those off camera, put them into a container or something, then go back and check them for die chips, maybe doubling. Look for the FS 901s on the 68 and 6. I mean, actually 68, 69, and 70 dimes. That's where they use the reverse proof by accident on business strikes at both Philly and Denver. So yeah, I still look for those. It's been a while since I found a decent one. I found some minor ones you can barely make out the second die gouge. I haven't really found any strong one. And the rarest of the strong variety is the 1969. That looks like the. Oh, that's the 21 Denver. What the heck am I doing? It's nuts. There's 22 Denver. So once I get tubes, I know there's going to be some I'm going to replace. I know I'm just trying to fill the tubes. And once they're done, if I know that was dirty. So if I find a barrel look one, I will change it out. I'll definitely go back and fish it out, change it out. So trying to get as many as I can with still a mint luster on there. I'm working my way backwards. That's just crummy. That one's going. I got 5 likes. Thank you. 2007 Denver. I still can't believe I got another W quarter. Customer wrap 2 and 2 in 1 week, in 6 days, basically. So when I get done, I will be doing the short on that W quarter. 22 Denver. We got about 5 more left and that tube's done. And it's all scrounged up, beat up. There's a little die chip between the E and the R right there. So did we get anything on the reverse? Little spiky beehive right there. I got several of those like that. I'm not going to keep it. That 22 Denver. Damn, I get more out of these customer wrap than I did in the last 2 boxes. Mm, 14 Philly. So I do play games also. Play games on my phone. Play one on the PC. One of the games I do play is called Atlas Earth. Boy, look at that 88. Wow, that one's worn down good. Atlas Earth, you can actually get virtual real estate. You buy virtual real estate. Okay? And it generates real money. So you can buy more parcels. Okay? And if you get $5 built up, you can actually cash that out into the money to PayPal a day for the first time. 68 Denver. I have a hard time finding Denver, so I'm keeping this one. Okay? So if I decide to cash out $5 the other day. But overall, I have made $98. I keep reinvesting it to buy more parcels to generate more money faster. There's 4 types of parcels you can get. You got common, rare, epic, and legendary. And each one generates a certain amount of money per second. Legendary generate the most. Now, there's every month they have a challenge ladder. Complete that ladder, you get a badge. They call it passports, but we call them badges. It's the same thing. So you get your first, if you don't get one, you don't get no bonus generation. As soon as you get one, you get 5% generation. It goes all the way up to 25%. But you have to get more to get each level up. So I'm currently right now at 15% generation. My goal is to get 20%. And when you do that, you buy badges with them Atlas bucks that you generate. You can buy money. You can use rural life money to buy badges. That can get expensive very fast. My goal is to generate, as soon as I can, $50 a month. Well, let's say 60. Right now, I'm doing $21 a month. Now, I spent some money on this game. It's going to eventually pay out. It's not a fast-paced game. It's a slow game. Cool thing is that I'll keep putting money to PayPal. I've never figured out how to transfer from PayPal to my bank. But here's the kicker. PayPal pays more interest than my bank does. So I'm right at $96 on PayPal in the PayPal savings. It's going to put me right about $97 at the end of this month. And it's going to go up. Some of that money, where I sold coins to people, they pay me through PayPal, etc., etc. Some of these play games, they pay you money. They make it seem easier than what it really is. It's not easy. It's hard. It's time consuming. But, and another way to generate money is to buy if you become a mayor. Mayors generate money when people buy badges in their mayorships. That's what they call mayorships. Now you got your mayorship of different towns and all that. I actually control where I live at. It's not really a town per se, but they made it a town because the population. So right now, I save up Atlas bucks. And occasionally I'll buy parcels. Right now, I'm saving up for a trip to buy badges along that trip, which, if I get enough, will put me into the 20% bracket. And you can also do what's called rent boost. You can do 4 times, well, it's 5 hours for just, if you don't do the Explorer Club, it's 5 hours. Explorer Club, you get 8 hours. So like 7 hours and 59 minutes. That's 8 hours. 4 hours and 59 minutes is 5 hours. And first off, you get 15%. You can play games. They have an arcade where you can download games and play games to get more bucks, more Atlas bucks. There's they had their own mini games you can do. You can earn. Oh, cool! I do keep track of these. Let's see how many I get per hunt. So where I'm at, I'm the mayor of my little area. I had it first. Somebody from another city came in. He took over 10 parcels. I came back over, and I basically, when I hit 1,500 Atlas bucks, I started buying parcels. Took it back over. Another guy has a mayor, another part of my town has his own mayorship. Became about 25 parcels. So panic button hit. I decided to explore a club. I'm not gonna say how much it costs. I'm only doing it for 3 months. I just renewed for the third 90 days, which at the end I'll get 1,200 Atlas bucks. That is post-mint damage. Got a little nickel here. 43. We have a war nickel. We got a war nickel. Where are the people at? Hey, we got 5 likes. Hey, whoever's in here. I got a war nickel. 43. This will be number 6 of the year. What mint mark did we get? We got a Philly. That's my 3rd Philly of the year for 43. Hello, we got silver. West Point and a silver coin. How you like that for a Saturday night? And this is customer wrapped. So on Sundays, there's this guy. He does content. Here's a live chat on Sundays from, he's Eastern, so it's noon Eastern to 1:30 Eastern time. But I did what's called a tier jump. Then I realized I should have said that's a tier jump for the break-even jump. Here we got a little small, tiny beehive, not enough to worry about. Let's got something on this end or in the letters. Nope. Oh, nobody's staying in tonight. At least I got silver. Denver. That's another hard one I have to get. Some of these 60s, I'm going ahead and saving those to put tubes together. So the other day at the bank, I had 600 Atlas bucks. I forgot how many I had. Before I got out to go get more quarters, I decided to buy 2 plots. Both legendaries. Literally next to each other. It's like this can only happen in a dream. But I also do the challenge ladder. That cost me $9. Let's call it $10. Right now my goal is I make enough I can pull $10 out to pay for it. Like I said, I'm trying to build up Atlas bucks now for my trip in June. Because you can buy city badges, you can buy Louisiana's parishes, the rest of the states is county badges. So I'll be able enough to buy. I should have enough to buy, enough to get me to the 20 percentile bracket. Now, what I will do on the challenge ladder, if it requires me to get a city badge, I've been going to cities nearby, or I look at the Atlas. There we go, another beehive, a little squiggly, and we got a die crack along with it. Okay, we'll keep this one. Beehive with a die crack, minor, but I keep that one. Got 22 Denver, cool. Now, there is a guy, he has the most parcels in the United States. He has several mayorships, cities, governorships, by how many parcels he has in that state. So I'm trying to figure out how they do it, because his governorships, mayorships are spread all over the United States. Goes by the king or queens. So, trying to figure out how they do that. That's a lot of traveling. As post-mint damage. My goal right now is to save up, get to 20%. Because I think 20% would start generating me about $8 a week for what I got. And I got that's between, so I got April and May to finish up the challenge ladder before I go out of state in June. So there's 2 more legendary LPUs you'll get for doing the challenge ladder, plus 2 free badges. You have to do quests like play games and surveys and that kind of fun stuff. The reason why I talk so much, I'm trying to stay awake. So 75. And you can't find it. Last year I got more silver in change than I did hunting boxes of nickels. Now, of course, last year I really wasn't hunting nickels till they quit making pennies. Until I could no longer get pennies from the bank. What I should have been doing, should have been stocking up boxes of pennies. I think Diggy and Dave's, he's still getting pennies. Now, I do know somebody at his bank, he's able to get the bags of pennies out of the machines. And I am buying a bag from him when I get some money in. 64. It's $50 worth of pennies. That is roughly 30 pounds of pennies coming to me when I buy the bag. And that's going to make for a fun week. When I get that box. I'll have more fun time with the box trying to drag it into the house than anything else. Well, if I get into the house, I can put on an old towel, and just drag it into here, that bag. Now, I want to talk to the assistant branch manager. If I were to order a box of $50 and pay for it, can you help me get it loaded into my truck? Then all you do is drive home. I can open up the box and take them out, bring them in. Oh, we got 56. Okay, we got 250 nickels. 50, 30. You know what? I need my nickel book. I'll be right back. And plus, I need some water. I can't get out. I got stuck into a box. What box am I hitting? Okay. Now I got room to get out. Yeah, this one's going to get overhauled. I'm trying to figure out if it's 50. There's a one in 1953s that I need. I don't remember if it's the Denver or the Philly. It's probably the Philly. No, I found my book. What? Oh, my back. And plus, I want to get water. I gotta take my meds. Well, I'll do that later. Yeah, let me a second. Okay, I'm coming back. I got my book. I got the good book. So this book, Jefferson Nickel book, goes from 1938 to 2003. And I'm almost done. I still need to get some mint sets to finish out this book. And proof sets. But on the pre-60s, it's a 55, 53 Philly, 51 D and S. It's the last 4 nickels I need to get. Then that's just upgrades as I come across nicer ones. So you go, should always get what you can and put into the books, then you upgrade. Now if you get something like a nice Whitman or Densco, those you want to upgrade. The cheap ones you just don't fool with. So I got the 53D. I need a Philly. That's what I thought. I wasn't too sure. Don't want to say anything till I do for sure. Hello, welcome in you two. We found a war nickel in the W quarter tonight. We found a 43 Philly. Here's the mint mark. And there's the date. And I wish it was the 2, but it's not. And the W quarter I got earlier tonight, American Memorial Park. And this is custom wrapped. All this is custom wrapped coinage. If you saw my short intro from earlier today, yeah. You know, it's slightly off center struck. Look how thick the rim is on one side and how thin it is on the other side. I like that on both sides. We have a slight misaligned die strike there. Okay. So I'm actually into the first. I did want to roll nickels earlier today because it was busted through. I edge rolled the nickels earlier to the, I mean the not nickels, the dimes, so I can back check those live, I guess. Oh, there we got one dirty dime. So I need to check my dirty dime book against. So that's where we stand right now. Let's see. I think I'm going to stop at 1 a.m., which is about 37 minutes, 38 minutes, give or take. Try to stop right at 1. This one's got some damage, so I'm not going to definitely keep that one for the tubes. Not worried about anything from the 80s right now. I'm going for the commons and the 60s, the more recent ones, and working my way back. So I'm almost done with the 22 Denver. I got a long ways to go with the 21 Denvers. I remember that too. Because once they go in the bucket going back to the bank, I'm not fishing them out. Hopefully tomorrow I can have all this done. So I go to the bank on Monday, I could just get, maybe get more quarters. Another 56. Denver. What's the other one? 56 Philly. They didn't make any S's after, I forgot what year it was. Red book. Red book. Boy, it'd be great if I could find some of these old colonial coins. Whew. Let's see, when's the last year they made S mints? '54 was the last year, and there's actually an S over D on a 54S you can look for. Okay, there's a 55D over S. Did not know that. Did not know that about the 55D over S. There's no 55S listed. So I'm wondering if they used the S dies from 54 and tapped a D on top of that to get the S designation. I wonder if that's probably what they did. Because I know my book doesn't show no 55S. I'm going to verify that right now. No 55S. So yeah, that's probably what they did. Now occasionally on whatnot, if I see one of these earlier nickels for sale, nobody's bidding, and if they sell for $1, I'll pay $1 for it. So I got a few nice little upgrades in my Whitman album. Actually, if I wake up early enough in the morning, I'm probably going to go to church at 8 o'clock. I hope. I hope. It's going to be an 8 or 10 o'clock mass. 69S. I do keep all the S mints. You gotta realize everything S mint getting to the east side of the river was pretty tough. A lot of S mint nickels that got brought on the east to the east side of this Mississippi River that I live on, and from mint sets or people going out west coming back with them in change. Yeah, I'm going to be making a short tonight now. I'm going to be making 2 shorts. Let me find Denver. Philly. Trees. You could look on the bottom of these trees here for doubling. So that's 2 of those. 1 buffalo. No kill or piece nickel yet. So I'll probably, I may back check the dimes live tomorrow during the day. So I have to go work. So we'll see about that. Then just finish up the nickels. Try to get, this is the first set of 3 I've done. So I'll get at least another set done tonight. I should be able to knock out 4 sets of 3s tomorrow. And probably back check all the dimes. Oh, what did Blue Ridge Silver Hound say about one of the dimes? I think it's the 82 business strike. They left the mint mark off the Philadelphia dimes. And it's only in 82 that you can find that on. So now I know about that, I got something else to look for. 7 likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I have people give me likes, come back and take them away. Now, I've only done 1 takeaway 1 time and 1 time only. Because what the person said was highly inaccurate. I thought it was cool. And came across a video. They start going off against the Catholic religion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion about religion. Okay? But what he said about certain aspects of the church was not true. I'm not going to elaborate on that. So, I gave him a thumbs up. And I had to leave and get off of YouTube. I had to leave, go do something. So went back, finished watching the replay because he was live talking, doing all this. No, he hasn't done a video in 5 years since this incident happened. I went back. I took my like away. I left him a message. Said, dude, you're doing real good until you put down the Catholic religion. What you said is not completely true about the Catholic religion. So I explained to him more about it. And this before I did a takeaway, before I gave him a dislike. And basically, what he said about the priest was wrong. But nuns were wrong. So when you comment back that all his facts were straight, and I said, nope, you're wrong about that. I said, I'm not going to comment no more. Gave him a dislike. And I've been back to his channel since then. I said, until you do your research and come back and apologize to me, I'm not going to watch any more of your videos. I think he actually banned me from his YouTube channel. So, now, I was in church. I was at a Subway one time. This has been years ago. It's not similar to that, but some guys were putting down the Catholic Church. Now, I will admit to this. Early days of the Catholic Church, there was a bunch of corrupt priests. That is a known fact. That's how the Baptists came about. Presbyterian, Episcopalian religions came about. And what the church did, I agree, was wrong. Okay? And basically it had to do with the priests in France and the bishops in France. But I just turn around to the guy and say, no, if it wasn't for the Catholic Church messing up, y'all would be Catholic right now because y'all wouldn't have y'all's different religions. See, I went to Catholic schools. We had to study all different religions. There's a nice 21 in Denver. We studied everything from Muslims to Baptists. We studied about everybody's religion. And that's usually like Jimmy Swaggart. This before his great sin happened until he did one thing. He put down the Catholic Church. You can disagree with the church. There are things that I disagree about the Catholic Church with. Okay? I'll admit to that right now. Because I've stumped a priest on a couple of points with the Catholic Church. I've done that in religion class. So I've done that. So, I haven't left the church yet. I don't go as often because the church I go to is the one I got married in and been divorced since 2009. Now, I will read the Bible. I have a Catholic Bible, King James Bible, all on my phone. I can read. Now, tomorrow's Palm Sunday. That's one reason why I want to go to church. The next week I'll go because it's Easter. Occasionally I try to go once a month. Because the way I work, as much as I work, what I do, I'm exhausted on Sunday mornings. And really, you're not supposed to travel on Sundays, much less go to church. Now, here's my question. If Sunday's the seventh day of the week, why is it the first day of the week on the calendar? To the Jews, the Sabbath is Saturday, which is to them the actual end of the week. So I think that's where we get Sunday being on a beginning of the week calendar. That's what I believe. But if you really would go by the Sabbath, which is actually the day before the seventh day of the week, because they basically do, are you cooking on a Saturday for Sunday? Well, back then, I guess you still had to cook. You didn't have refrigerators. Yeah, that's a different story. So if you were to actually go by, there we got the FS die chip right there. If you were to go by the actual calendar, the Sabbath would be the Saturday. Do all your cooking. Rest on Sunday. Microwave. That's not cooking. Heating up food. Having a sandwich. That's not cooking. I mean, I know some people who will cook all weekend long on Saturday. They pack meals away, freeze them, portion them out, freeze some of the meals. Like tomorrow night or tomorrow for lunch, I'm eating soup. I got chicken noodle soup in there. I ate one bowl of that. There's enough bowl for me to have another bowl tomorrow night when I come in. I batch cook. So now Friday, I'm getting my son. He's gonna come over and help me with some yard work. I've thought about frying fish up, but I promised to take him to lunch to a restaurant called Boiled Chicks. Pretty cool little restaurant. Yeah, but expensive. And if you're over 21, you can actually buy beer there. They actually have somebody on there that's at least 21 or older working every shift so they can sell the alcohol. They also sell snowballs, but I never had a snowball there. So yeah, the Catholic Church messed up. That's how you got the Baptists, the Episcopalians, the Presbyterians, and whatever other religions. Now, I do know this. If you're an Episcopalian priest and decide to switch to the Catholic Church, you're a priest and you're married, you can stay married. But if you become a priest, you cannot get married unless you want to relinquish your vows to the church. To me, I think the priest ought to be able to have a family. Because they are to counsel you, help counsel you with your marriage, or anything like that. There's a Class 1 beehive, nice little medium size, length, about quarter size of the building in length. I think if they're going to be able to be counselors, like to help you out, they should be able to get married. That's my opinion. Will we ever see that? I don't know. Some slight doubling going on the door frame. Let me turn it upside down. Nope, it disappeared. So it's metal flow. I'm the only one in here. So we're going to do these I'm doing these 3 rows. So let me move. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Got 4 more. 4 more sets of 3 to hunt. See, last year I got more silver and customer wrap coins and change than I did out of boxes. Then this is my first silver ever in customer wrap this year. So you'll have to make 2 shorts, post those. So if I go 8 o'clock mass tomorrow, I'll go ahead and go pick up a salad for lunch for tomorrow. Come back. I'll probably come on live on YouTube. Do the nickels and the dimes. See if, well, until 11 o'clock. I get off at 11 for Atlas Earth. I'm getting close to my break-even point on that. When you get 150 parcels on that game, you're making 78 cents a day. And because I got those 2 legendaries, I got an epic and a rare here recently also. I'm up to 73 cents an hour. I may hit the break even. If I get at least 4 more legendaries, I'll hit that break even point before that. If I get all epic and legendaries here on out for like the next 10 pulls, yeah, I can hit the break even before it says I do. Then saving up bucks for my trip. Then also for the next tier jump. So I'm on tier 3, tier 4, so you guys save up all those outlet bucks to get to the next tier. And that's thousands. Boy, this is a nice looking coin, and we got machine doubling on the reverse. You see it right there in the word Monticello, 5 and cents. Seven likes. Don't know if I got any new subscribers. So channel giveaway update verbally. I think it's talked about this last night. I may have already talked about it earlier tonight, but doing it again just in case. When I get the coins in, 3-week notice before the pull, which will be on a Saturday during the daytime. More machine doubling. Half the coins will be given out. And I may do 3 10-ounce rounds. I may throw in some silver, maybe some silver dimes also. I haven't decided that yet or not. Then to celebrate the big 6-0, which is on a Tuesday in June, on my birthday, I'm going to do the rest giveaway. Now, this is going to get kind of expensive with the stamps. The other thing's going to be coming by regular envelope. Unless you win multiple times, so that's going to be something, a whole different ball game I got to go through. If it's just like a flip for 2 coins, I get away with a stamp easily. Die chip between the E and the R. Yeah, little beehive on the inside west breezeway. Actually, it's the east. If you look away from Monticello, it will be to your right side, but looking at it to your left. So me, west, east, north, south. That's how I look at it when I'm looking at the building. Has some monster ones in the box. Let's go around. Last year I got a 39D in custom wrap nickels. Now I think about it, it's at my mom and dad's. Yeah, I have to take meds here in a minute. My feet are starting to hurt. Missing these things for these foot massages. You wrap around your ankle like a ace bandage, and you let it go for 15 minutes. It vibrates your feet, helps move fluid. Put a little heat in there, help relaxes the muscles. It's heck getting old. So for my trip, I gotta cut up. Actually, I need to sell coins or whatnot. But if anybody needs any proof coins individually, let me know. I gotta make money. This one got some stats, but it's got this little green patina to it. That may come off. I don't know. We'll find out later. I got at least sell them for at least $3. I can make a little bit of money off of them by the time I get my money back out what I paid for them. And a stamp and the envelope, I'll clear a nickel. So I got them, need to get them set for selling or whatnot. I'm doing that Saturday. I might do that Friday night. Coming in from, no, then we have the box of nickels. Never mind. I usually start selling again and whatnot. I actually got invited to sell on eBay Live. So are your fees the same as they are selling? Yep. Nope. I ain't paying 15% on my sales to y'all. There's a 22 Denver. I need about 4 or 5 more of the Denvers, and that tube's filled up. There's some damage on the side on that one. I knew I should have stopped coin collecting back when I got married. Well, once the kids came along, should have kept on going. Should have been buying silver back in the day when it was like $2 an ounce. It's a nice 64. So basically, when I go to the bank, I have to go Wednesday night, I guess. I will get quarters to wash my truck on Wednesday night. We'll hunt those quarters, whatever I get that day at the bank. We'll see. I may wait and take these back on that Thursday. Oh, we got 59 last year. And it's a Philly. Look at the damage on that ram right there. So far, only 4s we got is the war nickel. Everything else has been 50s. I'm not even going to put these into my coin books that I got sitting over here from Littleton. Those are for box hunts only. That was kind of dirty. I'm not going to put that one in there. It's worse than the other one. Look how bad that one is. Yeah, gross. So we'll see where we at when I come back in from church tomorrow morning. Where we at. So I'm gonna go pick up a salad tomorrow for lunch. Actually, I'm gonna go eat my last Pop-Tart here in a minute for a midnight snack tonight. No, I got my water and never took a sip. So Friday, when I have the money, I'm gonna get my son. We're gonna stop by Lowe's. My bookshelf base gonna be made with 2x4s, lumber cut to size. But the only thing I'm gonna use pine because oak is just too expensive. The 3/4 inch thick. They call it a 12x1, but it's like 11 3/4 by 3/4 inch thickness. Here we go. We got a little small class 2 beehive going on right there. '83. It's damaged, but I got steps. Too damaged to keep. That one's damaged. There's not a known double die on the 2017 nickel. So we was into these 3 rows, and I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we got about 5 minutes till 1. I still need to take my meds. Here's an 82p. Let's see what the back on this one looks like. This tore up too. It's got steps. It's tore up. That's the only thing that keep me from building my book is finding a nice 82s and 83s to put in that book. I think right now I got it. I may have those filled out. I don't know. Okay, well. Nope. We got 4 more left. May go up. I don't know. So that is going to be a wrap on this part of the customer wrap hunt. So maybe tomorrow we'll be able to get through to the rest of the nickels. Maybe I can roll through 3 rows in about 20 minutes. So if I get back here by 9:30ish, maybe get all the nickels done. tomorrow morning I just may back check all the dimes. So that's going to be it for tonight. I need to get off so I can make my 2 shorts. And y'all have a good evening. Thank you to all everybody that came out with the 8 likes. Whoever just came in, just so you know, we did get a W quarter tonight. Our customer wrap, our 4 rows, is the American Memorial Park. And I did get 1 war nickel. Our customer wrap rose in 1943 Philly, which I said you have to check for RPM. So until tomorrow, everybody, or later today, it already is. Tomorrow is Sunday. Yeah, have a good evening. And remember, always check both sides of the coins. You never know what you're going to find.